Greetings Gotham, this is Danni Danger, and today I'm going to talk to you about some of my personal favorite Batman and Bat family books. Batman has one of the best settings, has an awesome skill set, and he's got one of the coolest rogues galleries in the DCU. So it's no wonder that there are so many really good, solid Batman reads out there. Frank Miller's Batman Year One is a perfect introduction to the troubled young billionaire Bruce Wayne and new detective to Gotham PD, James Gordon. Wayne moves home after traveling abroad, and he moves back with a mission to rid Gotham of the crime that's consuming the city. Meanwhile, Gordon is transferring into Gotham's police department, but GCPD is full of corruption and lies. This story is great because of the characterization. You really get to crawl inside of both of their heads. You get to see Bruce become Batman for the very first time, and you also get a front seat to Gordon's struggle with dealing with the police corruption and having to catch this new vigilante Batman. This is also one of my favorite Catwoman origin stories. I like this Catwoman origin story because she does not take any shit. I mean, she walks out the door and is ready to whoop ass. Batman The Long Halloween is a great follow-up story to Batman Year One, and it's another story that sort of chronicles Batman's earlier days of crime fighting. A murderer is picking off members of a notorious crime family in Gotham, and he's doing so every holiday of the year. Batman works with Lieutenant Gordon and District Attorney Harvey Dent to get down to the bottom of the mystery that is the holiday killer. We also get to see Harvey's two-faced fate reveal itself. Like any good Batman story does, the mystery unfolds itself slowly and masterfully thanks to Jeff Loeb. Tim Sale's use of dark, heavy contrasting shadows provide the perfect scene for this murderous tale of mafia whodunit. The Killing Joke is, I think, a definitive Joker tale. Alan Moore's blood-curdling story shows him at his absolute most despicable. He severely injures our beloved Barbara Gordon and kidnaps her father, Jim Gordon, in the attempts to try and drive him insane. This story gives me the willies every time I read it. It's incredible. You find out a lot about, who the Joker is and why he's so insane and what happened to him to make him this way. Brian Boland's artwork is crazy. I mean, the Joker's sinister grin, the look of anguish on Barbara's face, it's gonna stick with you. This story is not for the weak-stomached. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns is another Frank Miller must-read. 55-year-old Bruce Wayne decides to once again don the cape and cowl after 10 years of retirement. His return is met with a lot of skepticism and displeasure from the media. And actually, one of my favorite features of this book is that a lot of the story is told in newscasts and bulletins, which is a really creative display for a comic. Our caped crusader also takes on another Robin, 13-year-old Carrie Kelly, and we get to see appearances from future Superman and future Green Arrow. I love this story for how gritty and dark it is. It's told in the best Bat style in the way that only Frank Miller can tell it. Batman: The Black Mirror is a newer storyline, and you will have to know a little bit more about your Bat family knowledge to be able to keep up with it. Dick Grayson is standing in as Batman while Bruce Wayne travels the world setting up Batman Incorporated. Dick Grayson makes for a very different Batman, one that smiles. It's actually really cool though. You get to see a new Batman with a different outlook and some different convictions. Writer Scott Snyder puts a lot of focus on the relationship between Commissioner Gordon and Dick Grayson, both as Batman and as himself. Snyder and the series' two artists, Jock and Francesco Francavilla, do a great job of personifying Gotham. It's hungry. And it's got in store for Batman some villains that, just like normal, are a darker and much more sinister reflection of the new face under the old cowl. I love this story because it has a lot of classic Bat components. It's got corruption, it's got some very personal battles that our characters have to wrestle with, and it's got some really twisted villains, as always. In my personal opinion, if you have read the previous 4 Bat Tales, you should have enough ammo to tackle this story and more or less know what's going on. Snyder is really good about dropping story clues and hints about what has been going on previously, but if you get lost, you can always use really good resources like the DC website and Wikipedia to sort of grab your footing and catch up. If you like this story, Scott Snyder is also writing some of DC's new big titles, like the current running Batman series, Swamp Thing, and the acclaimed American Vampire. And last but not least, I heavily recommend Batwoman Elegy. It is a great story. It holds true to a really good detective story like all of our favorite Bat stories do, but unlike Bruce's adventures, J.H. Williams III's artwork is really ethereal, and it lends itself to an almost eerie, mystical theme to the story. Our heroine is Kate Kane, former Army who was booted out for violating Don't Ask, Don't Tell. When she returns to Gotham, with the help of her father, she dons the Batwoman costume. She takes to the streets and tries to defend Gotham against a terrorist organization called the Religion of Crime. Their leader is a Lewis Carroll quoting psychopath named Alice, who will change Kate's life in ways that she cannot foresee. This book is awe-inspiringly beautiful, and Greg Rucka writes one of my favorite female characters throughout any comic universe. Well, crime fighters, thanks for stopping by. A special thanks, as always, goes out to Austin Books and Comics for letting us shoot in their space. Are there any essential Bat reads or favorite Bat reads that you feel like should be on this list? Tell me at Danni Danger on Twitter or down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and share us with your friends, and please make sure to subscribe. Same bat time, same bat channel. Part of what makes this tale so much fun is that all of the regular X-Men are actually standing right outside the door while Kitty is telling this story and laughing uproariously at the roles she chooses for each one of them. It's written by Jeff Loeb, beautifully drawn by Tim Sale. It is an intimate look at Peter Parker's past loves, Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson.